Chioma Agunobi, and you call me the status quo disruptor. Yes, that's what I do. I disrupt the status quo. Because for me, the norm isn't what it should be, okay? Let's go outside the box. Let's ruffle some feathers. Let's think out of the box. In fact, there's actually no box, okay? So that's what we do here on the School of Life. What we do, for me, the reason why the birth of School of Life, what brought about the birth of the School of Life is the fact that over the years I have come to the conclusion that life is a school. This is a school we are going to be learning from, or we are learning from on a daily. Constantly, life is teaching us lessons. Whether we're learning from our own experiences or from the experiences of others, we are learning. That's the key thing, okay? So we're learning, either we're learning lessons on finances, lessons on parenting, lessons on marriage, lessons on self-development. But the important thing is that we're constantly learning in life, okay? And so that's why I see myself like a student in life, because every day learning is ongoing. And this life, this four walls, so I like to say, is a school, right? So that's where the School of Life came from. Beyond that as well, you know how in school, after subjects, you have learned certain subjects or certain courses or certain topics, you're expected to sit for an exam or sit for a test. And usually the result, the outcome of those tests or exams determine your next phase. It determines whether you get promoted, determines whether you get to repeat that same level, or determines whether you even get demoted, all right, which is really scary. But that's the thing about life as well. So also in life, while we are learning, while we're learning this lessons, and sometimes they're usually very hard, very painful. But while we're learning these lessons of life, after those lessons are taught, we get to sit down for those exams. We get to sit down for those tests. And for some of us, it determines whether we get promoted, determines whether we get to resit that level in life, or whether we even get demoted, all right? So sometimes those lessons come from the way we relate with other people. Sometimes those lessons come from the way we relate even with ourselves. And sometimes it goes beyond the people around us and ourselves to also the way we relate with the universe in general, all right? So this is the, this is the process or the thought that brought about the School of Life. And so for a while now, I think we're going to mark the full season of the School of Life very soon. It's been happening on Instagram. Usually we have videos posted every Monday morning on Instagram. But today, yay! I didn't hear those drum rolls. Today we're having the first live session of the School of Life. Okay, I like that, the School of Life live. This is the first session of the School of Life, and live on socials, and this is streaming on Facebook, on YouTube, on LinkedIn, and on Twitter as well. So get in there, let's get interactive, all right? Now something triggered me to do this live session. One of the people that I coach, in the course of talking this morning, he said to me, he said, "Oh man, Chioma, how I wish today wasn't Monday. I wish it was the weekend." And I was like, why do you have that mindset? Why do you want it to be weekend? Because for a lot of people, a lot of us are looking forward to Monday because you want to get back into the hustle. I don't like using the word hustle, but you want to get back into the scope of things. You want to get back into full swing of work, of those goals, those targets, and achieve those goals and targets. But he was like, man, Monday is like a drag for me. And I'm like, okay, what did you do in preparation for the week? Were there things you put in place in preparation for the week to get back into the swing of work? And he said, no. And I'm like, okay, so that's the first point, of failure, actually. So I remember back in school, on the walkway to my HOD's office, you would find the poster that says, "Failure to plan is planning to fail." And so I said that to him. It's actually more like a cliche to a lot of us, back then in school, but it's the hard truth of life. So you don't plan for the week, but you intend to succeed in the week. How do you not plan for the week? How do you not plan your day? How do you not plan your life and yet expect to succeed at it? It doesn't work that way, okay? I constantly say this here in this school, that life will give you what you demand and not what you expect. And a lot of times life doesn't even give you what you deserve, so to say. Life gives you what you demand, what you place a demand on it to give to you. That's what it gives to you, yeah? So you don't expect to just stroll into the week casually and just expect everything to fall in place. It does not work like that. And so he said, okay, so how do I prepare for the week? And after that conversation with him, because he was like the first phone meeting I had today, I realized that, oh my goodness, you know, there are certain things you just expect people to know that a lot of people actually don't know. You take it for granted. You know these things and you think, oh, everybody knows it. Everyone should know it. But for a fact, people don't know it. And so that's why I decided to share this with you guys. And I'm going to be doing a whole lot of it actually on a daily. And so before we go into the swing of things as well, note this: on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, I'm going to be having a full three day workshop with you guys on socials, on this same social media platforms, LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, and include Instagram to it as well. And of course, YouTube. We're going to be having this live interaction. And the theme of it is the Phoenix Factor. Being able to pick yourself up, being able to stay yourself up to success, and being able to pick yourself out of the ashes. We're going to be looking at that. Key steps and key things to do towards picking yourself back up, okay? Yeah, so that's what we're going to be doing. But for today, I want to share with you what I shared with my clients, which is how to get the best out of your week, yeah? What to do, what steps to do so that you can make sure that you're getting the best out of your week. Now, when you buy an orange and you peel that orange, okay, you cut it into two. You don't just hold it and expect the juice to just, I don't know how you expect the juice to magically get into your mouth. For you to get the juice out of the orange, there's something you must do, and that is you must apply pressure to that orange. It's in applying pressure to that orange that the juice comes out, and the juice is like is the sweetest part of the orange, yeah? So it's in applying pressure rather, that you extract the juice in the orange. The same thing with your week, the same thing with your life, the same thing with the circumstances and even yourself. To get the best out of yourself, you must apply pressure. To get the best out of your week, you must apply pressure. And it has to be planned. You have to be deliberate. This is one word I always hit on. You have to be deliberate, okay? Don't take anything for chance. Don't assume that, oh, it will just happen. It will not just happen. You have to make it happen, all right? All right, so now they say that the early bird gets the worm, right? The early bird gets the worm. So it's important that you start planning your week early. For me, that's like the first step towards getting yourself right and ready for the week. Okay, so I plan my week from the previous week, from Friday. Usually I like to enjoy my weekend. Trust me, I work hard, and so I do play hard as well. So, but to make sure that I enjoy my Saturdays and Sunday and make sure that it's dedicated to family, once Friday is winding down, what I do is I start planning early in Friday for the following week so that I can relax during the weekend. And once it's Sunday night into Monday morning, I go back to my plans from Friday and I can kick off the week, you know, on a great start. So that's what I usually do. And that's the first thing I'll tell you. Start by planning your week early, okay? You have to make sure that you start by planning your week early. Start from Friday. What that also does, it also helps your psyche, yeah? So your mind, everything is directed towards going into the week and achieving. So I'm gonna share with you today my top 5 tips on getting the best out of my week. So I'm going to go from 5 down to number 1. All right. So for top 5, I would say create a to-do list. If I have this book with me, because this session wasn't planned. All right. It was something that was triggered by that conversation and that meeting, but it's something that I have now started planning towards, right? So it's important to plan. So if you go through my books, I have like several books. I'm like a paper and pen person. I do a lot of computers and tabs as well, but you would always find me with my book, my notebooks, journals, and my pen always, because I like to take notes. Now, the first thing you have to do, top 5 points, is this: have your to-do list. Have your to-do list. Life abhors vacuum. Life does not entertain vacuum. So when you say, oh, you don't have a plan, life will give you a plan. The day will give you a plan. When you think you're going to be less busy, don't worry. The day will give you what will keep you very, very busy. It's like having a farmland and saying, I don't want to plant anything, and don't worry, nothing will grow on it. You are kidding yourself. Trust me, come back in less than a month. You will find grasses, weeds have overgrown the whole farmland. So life doesn't take anything. It abhors vacuum. So you must have a plan written out, your to-do list. Number 1, I'm going to do this on Monday. I'm going to do this on Tuesday. I'll do this Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I need to call this person. After that, I will take this next action. Have a to-do. Once you have that set up, it helps also keep you focused, because a lot of distractions will come in the course of the day. A lot of distractions, which would require you figuring out what is important, what is urgent, not important, what is important, not urgent. We're going to deal with all of that some other on another edition or episode. But for this, so what I'm trying to drive at is that life will bring those very unimportant things or those very urgent things that are not important your way, and those things will end up serving as a distraction for you. So you must have your to-do list, because that helps. It becomes a guide for you. So once you have your to-do list, even if any other thing comes on impromptu, you can sieve out, what do I want to get on and what don't I need to get on. But even if I need to get on this, it means I must execute these 10 things I have written down for myself in the week. And so if I must get on that other one, so take for instance, your friend calls you, oh, I'm going to have a party, and you really want to be a part of that party. That's a distraction on the side. But it can be a means of relaxation for you as well. So you can tell yourself, oh, look, Chioma, if you know you must attend that party, that beach party, then you must execute these items you have planned to execute from now till Friday. You must execute them between now till Thursday, so that Thursday evening you'll be free to go for the party. So you get what I mean? When you have that plan, it keeps you on a straight path. It helps you stay focused, and you're able to sift out distractions. Very important, right? On to number 2. Are you ready for the second point? No, now this is not number 2. This is point number 4. So for point number 4, I would say this. Point number 4 sort of reminds me of a very famous top brand's slogan: just do it. It sounds very easy, but it is very, 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 very important. Now, I'll say start with those actions. Point number 4 is this: start with those actions that you dread the most. Oh my goodness, I know the feeling. You know, a lot of times you have a lot of things laid out to do. When you have done those to-do lists, there are those ones that you just wish you could glide over, or you could just skip. You wish, oh, hell, I wish this could just pass me by. But hey, you cannot avoid them. You must do them. You must achieve them. So what I say to do is, when making those to-do lists, put the harder ones first, to be achieved first. Clear those ones, get them out of the way. It's usually hard, because the truth is, if you don't get them out of the way, you find that there's an unrest in you. You're just not settled throughout the day, throughout the week. Something, and when you pause to figure out what's going on inside me, you find that, it's that call that you have to make. Oh my goodness, It's that proposal that you have to write. Oh my God. It's that thing, that account that you have to balance. That thing you dread. That's what's eating you up. So it's important that you attend to those really hard tasks first, right? Instead of just wasting your energy, whether psychological, emotional, and once you find yourself in that state of uneasiness, you really find that you are not very productive. So it's better that you, like a book says, the title of a book, have you read that book? Eat That Frog. Yeah. So it's better that you eat that frog first. Do those things you dread first. Save up that energy. And let me tell you something about doing the things you dread the most first. When you have that list, say top 10 things that you need to do for the week, yeah? And the first four, you have that first four, the first four, and you dread them so badly, guess what? The moment you knock them off and you achieve them and you get success results at them, your results are positive, it spurs you and it gives you the strength you need to attend to the remaining 6 items on your list. And so before you know, you find that you're knocking off those remaining 6 items like this with ease. Because what that does, it gives you the ginger that you require to keep running the race and to finish that course. Do you get what I mean? So instead of dragging and holding back and thinking and dreading, hey, I don't know if you're at work right now or there's something you have on your list and you say, no, I'll do it last. My darling, switch it back, bring it back up, bring it up and get it done first. Then you see how the other things, you will glide over the other things. And most times when I do, remember this is my top 5. When I do those things I dread first, I find that before the mid of the week, I'm even done with all the things that I have on my list, giving me time to even schedule and put up more tasks for myself, making me a lot more productive, right? Good. So now to top 3, all right? I'm going down. Top 3. For top 3, I said this: delegate tasks. I know some of us are, I don't want to use the word control freaks, but maybe I'll use the word, a lot of us are perfectionists. You just want to do it right. You want it to be perfect. And so because of that feeling of wanting everything done perfectly, we tend to be a little bit apprehensive when it comes to trusting people with tasks and responsibilities. We feel like if I don't do it, no one will do it well. You know that saying that says, if you want something done well, do it yourself. It's not always true, okay? In certain situations, it may turn out to be true, but in a lot of situations, it's really not true. Also, when you delegate, you are able to transfer knowledge to others. You are able to teach others the things you know. So when you have people you can delegate things to, yes, I know in delegating, the first few times you need them to do that thing for you, you would need to put them through, right? But what happens is after a while, they would understudy you. They would know how to do what you want them to do the way you will do it. And that way, it gives you a lot more room, a lot more time to be able to give yourself to more important things and be more effective. So I give you an instance here. So let me give you the instance of being a woman. You know, as a woman, especially like if you're a married woman, you have a family, you have kids to take care of, and you're a working woman, or you're an entrepreneur running your own business. So when it comes to the home front, as a woman, most times, women don't want a situation where they fail either at the home front or fail at their careers. We want to try and balance things out. But in trying to do that, we tend to become superwoman, so to say. But guess what? We don't have superpowers. So what happens is we break down, all right? We become overwhelmed. But the truth about this is you must learn to delegate. When you find that you are able to delegate, remember when I talked about knowing what is important, what is urgent, and things like that, you need to find out what are those things I don't necessarily have to do myself, even at work. What are those things I can ask my subordinates to do? What are those things I can ask my colleagues to do for me? You can ask for people to do it. I always say this: do not be ashamed, do not be proud to ask for help. Ask for help. So if I must do my cooking myself and I cannot get one of those eateries or chefs or caterers to do bulk, do large cooking for me, like soups and things like that in the house. Okay, so I must do the cooking myself. What about the laundry? Must I do the laundry myself? What about shopping? Going to do bulk buying for the month for the home. Must I do that myself? Can I delegate that and find more time to do other things, be productive at other things? Can I delegate some of the cooking? Can I delegate the laundry? Can I delegate cleaning of the home so that I can have more time to spend with the kids and still balance up my work? All right. These are some of the things we need to look at. Even if as a boss in the office, I say this again. Yeah. A lot of times some people say, nobody can do what I do. I'm the only one. I'm so frustrated. Everybody around me, nobody can do it.